morning, loading soybeans to go to Canada. It is, and there's the supervisor. It is the day before Thanksgiving. Probably won't see this for a while, but I had 2 loads contracted for December. They're taking this one now because this outfit needed a load to take. So it's about 9 o'clock in the morning and it's 42, 43 degrees. I'll do that. As I've told you before, they keep taking a lot of my January corn. I'll do that in the warmer weather too. But it's usually really cold here in January. So sitting in one of my deer blinds, my huts. It's in the 40s, low 40s, so I don't need my heater on. Plus I got my windows up because they're pretty quiet to put down. I got this front window open though because I want to show you something. Alright, the soil and water tractor that I hire every year. You can see that hedgerow over there between this field and the field across from my shop. Well, they got it mowed right down to nothing. And then I have them go around the outsides of some fields every year. I've probably gained another row of corn here. So it's worth the money that I spend. Probably, I'll say between $1,000 and $2,000 a year I spend having them come and mow hedgerows like that one that I just showed you. All of my ditch lines. I pick out certain fields every year to have them go around, get all the hanging tree limbs, plus the stuff down low. Probably on average $1,500. Yes, I'm still looking for deer while I'm talking to you. I shouldn't be talking to you, but it's early still. But that's way cheaper than what I could buy a tractor with one of them boom arm mowers. So, and it just keeps the sumac back, and it's worth the money, let's put it that way. A lot of guys up here are doing it. So the supervisor's getting the royal treatment now. It's the day after Thanksgiving. Buddy got a Thanksgiving present. Barb ordered him a bed for the shop. It showed up Wednesday night, or Wednesday afternoon. So yesterday, while Chelsea and I were hunting on Thanksgiving morning, Buddy got to stay in here and lay on a bed instead of the piece of cardboard that's underneath the bed. So Buddy's getting the royal treatment. Good Sunday morning. Look, it's the supervisor. And meanwhile, over there is his new bed. And he's laying here on the floor next to me. So Tim, you were right. He's not always going to lay on his bed. So anyways, this morning's video, or the ending of this video, because there's a little bit of everything in it. It's the 29th of November. I think it was December 4th when Barb put out the Stuck in the Muck video, which basically started our channel. And we're up to just shy of 1,300 subscribers now in almost a year. We'll call it a year. It's like 5 days. So I want to thank everybody who's subscribed. I realize there's bigger channels out there that get 1,000 subscribers a day sometimes, but hey, I never figured on being where we are now. But just something weird happened this morning, so I figured I'd tell you about this. Okay, first of all, for all of you newer subscribers that don't know, I'm in politics, I guess. I hate that word because I'm not a politician, but I'm on my county legislature here in my county of 78,000 people. I represent the second biggest district here in our county. I'm in my first year, almost the end of my first year of my second 4-year term. We can go for 3 terms, which I probably won't because I can't stand it. Politics is corrupt and bullshit in plain English on every level. But psycho followers, okay, and I'll get back to the politics thing in a minute. You'll see where it all ties in. All right, well, I've had one follower who, doesn't follow me anymore, apparently, or says he doesn't, but it's not like I'm going to go through 1,300 names and look, but who was just a weird dude in plain English from up here somewheres, because, I'm not going to say his name, but, he was from upstate New York. That's all I'll say. A lot of you will figure this out, Jeremy. And he just was getting weird in his comments and everything. And then he was like, I'm your #1 follower and all this. Now he hates me because if you go back to the mower videos, my brush hog, he started in about when we were changing the blades. Basically, bottom line is this guy on every channel he goes to, he knows more than anybody else and tells them everything they do wrong and, how they should do it because he's an expert on everything. Well, same on Instagram too. So, long story short, and I'm getting back to the politics thing in a minute, I saw him on Andy Horrigan's comment on Andy Horrigan's video the other night, and I figured I'd just, try and be nice, and I commented to him. I said, "Hey, Bill." Oh, I think I just said a person's name. "How have you been?" And that's all I said. Well, he went off on some weird-ass tirade like he does. I don't exist like dust and lint. Apparently that's a John Wick movie saying or something. I don't know. I'm not a John Wicker, apparently. But anyways, that was interesting. So I, commented back, "What are you talking about? I mean, last time I checked, dust and lint did exist, but whatever." Anyways, it was weird. So this morning, I get a message on Instagram from this person, and they threatened to, if I ever talk to them again, they would give reference to what a racist I was and give public access to information or something. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I messaged him back, just exactly what information do you have? Now, this is where we circle back to the politics thing. All right, so if you go back to videos, and I can't tell you which ones, and I'm not going to take the time to look it up, but if you go back for all you newer subscribers and just look at any video where in the title it says something about a rant, you'd find one this summer where when Antifa and BLM was burning the country down in plain English, I basically stood up and said, "This is bullshit." I wrote a letter to the editor, to our local left-leaning rag of a paper called The Citizen, that these people are idiots, and anybody who thinks this is peaceful protesting, you're an idiot too. Well, our local NAACP chapter here ran with it, went after me for, I said I called Cuga County residents and my constituents idiots. No, nowhere's in my letter was the word Cuga County. That's the county I live in. And I wrote a second letter to the editor saying that no, I didn't. And, where are all you people for all these innocent young black kids that are getting killed every day? But this whole systemic racism thing in this country, it's pushed by the Democrats. I mean, The Democrats control everything in this country when you stop and think about it. They control the media. It's all left-leaning. Well, there's a few like Newsmax. I mean, Fox used to be non-left-leaning, but that's up to debate now. They control social media. This crap right here. I mean, who gets censored? Conservatives all the time. They control Hollywood without a doubt. They control academia because, let's face it, teachers union donates 95% to Democrats. They control everything. So if there's and we had, because he was all of our president, Barack Obama is their president for 8 years. So if there's systemic racism in this country, whose fault is it? It must be the Democrats' fault. But it's always pushed on to conservatives and then Republicans. Oh, you're racist, you're racist. So, of course, that's what they did locally here to me is, I spoke up because, I'm sick and tired of hearing about this silent majority. How'd that work out for Trump this time? Meanwhile, like I've said, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. These young kids in these liberal schools that are being indoctrinated, what they hear is what they believe. So for all of you that sit back and say silent majority, no, get the hell off the silent majority bullshit because it ain't working. It's time that we are just as squeaky as the Democrats so that these young people stop getting indoctrinated. But that's a whole nother video and story. But anyways, this guy's a psycho. So what's he gonna do? Reference in my videos or something that for people to come look up articles that was in the local left-leaning rag paper here or something about how they called me a racist and I should resign from the legislature and all this? Well, first of all, most all of you that have been with me that long supported me back then. So did most everybody. I mean, I got hundreds of letters, which I didn't think people wrote anymore, emails, texts, phone calls from people that, yeah, we agree with everything you said in your letters. Well, I know you do. That's the problem, though. People don't want to speak up. And I've never been afraid to speak up about anything because I'm sorry, I'm not going to watch this country turn to shit, because I want to be part of the silent majority. But it's crazy that, and I'm sure the big channels have even more fruitcakes that follow them and do strange things. I've seen on some of the bigger channels, like Brian's farming videos. I remember seeing Brian talk about some guy that showed up to their farm. Yeah, well, I've had that from one guy that's up here. And if you're watching and you're that person who showed up to my farm, I didn't mind it at all. You stopped one day with your wife. I haven't seen you in a while. I can't remember your name, I'm sorry. And it bothers me to think that maybe you were this person. If you're not, please tell me, because that would be a relief. Or stop in again and chat with me, because when you did back in the spring, it was awesome. But that was back when this person was also my #1 subscriber, according to him. So, but it's just weird the way people are. So now this guy's like, well, if you ever, how did his wording go? When he sees my name, he wants to puke. Okay, whatever. All I did was say, how have you been? Trying to be peaceful to see if, you've got over whatever your issues were. But yeah, was I mean to you in a couple of videos? Yeah, because I got sick of listening to your bullshit of telling me, what to do with my changing the blades on my brush hog and how I should have more blades and everything anybody does is you got a better answer for, because I remember one time you bought 6 new tractors in your lifetime. Whatever, dude, I don't care. If people want to make suggestions on this channel when they see me doing something, that's great, because I've actually had a few things somebody has said that I've tried and I was like, hey, that's cool. And Jeff, if you're watching this, I remember, and I can't remember what it was, there was something that I said to you and you were like, oh, I never thought of that. That's great. I mean, I'm all for giving somebody else a suggestion and them giving me suggestions. But you want to come run my farm, then you pay the bills. But when you start throwing shit out there about you're going to, reference me as being a racist bastard. That was your exact words this morning, and all this stuff, and have people reference towards articles or something. No, I'm telling each and every one of you, almost 1,300, I can't remember, Barb told me it's 1,290 something subscribers now. Go back and look through my videos. And like I told them at the county, all of our legislative meetings are on YouTube. Yeah, they get 5 views, but they're on YouTube. Go back through and look. All of our meetings have minutes. People can go back through the minutes. Because on the June 30th, I think Buddy's got to go out and go to the bathroom. He's heading for the door. On our June 30th meeting this summer, go ahead, buddy, is when 13 people came in to protest against me and demand my resignation and all of this crap, including the leader of the NAACP local chapter here and a prominent black businesswoman who I won't mention, who stood at the podium, pounding the podium, saying I'm a racist and that I've enjoyed my white privilege all my life, and you know, I've been racist at meetings. Well, I told everybody, why hasn't anybody ever spoke up then if I've been racist at meetings? You know, where's my fellow legislators? Where's the sheriff? Where's all these people that are at these meetings? Because it never happened. And anybody can go back through and look. So for somebody like this guy to make a comment like that he's going to put some bullshit out on social media, no. So main reason for this was to thank almost 1,290 whatever it is of yous that are following me, and because I mean I'm gonna be 54 years old next spring. I never planned on doing YouTube, and here I am. So whatever I get for subscribers, great. Barb and I have kind of got to enjoy doing these, so that's why we're going to keep doing them and see what happens. But I'm not going to let anybody threaten me like that for that kind of bullshit, because that's exactly what it is. So I'm not a racist. I just speak up for the things that are wrong. And when I see the things that are wrong, like I said, if we're such a systemic racism country, why do caravans of people come from minority countries to come here? Why aren't people leaving? No, the Democrats are the ones who are basically trying to keep minorities down and convince them that they don't have the opportunities that everybody else does. We all have the same opportunities in life. It's what you do with it, plain and simple. If you want to go out and bust your ass and make something of yourself, great. If you want to sit on your ass and expect somebody to take care of you, being government, that's exactly what they want. So that's the rant. I haven't given you a rant in a while, so that's going to be this video. A couple of short things about the soil and water guy mowing and me on a rant. So thumbs up. Oh, and one more quick thing. I don't know what's happening in your state, but here in New York, the Emperor Cuomo, by April, I think it is, this goes back to me being in county government, by April we have to show how we have reinvented our police force. So, you know, with this whole defund the police thing, great, isn't it? Here's a thought. How about people respect police, law enforcement a little more, and law enforcement will respect you? Because we've never had any problems here, but yet, you know, we got to reinvent it. When you look around this country, it's always in the big liberal-run cities with the liberal mayors and the liberal governors. So, but we're going to reinvent our law enforcement. Yep. So we're going to send out social workers to domestic violence calls, apparently. I got my county soil and water guy here with a tractor and boom mower mowing that hedgerow down there between the two fields. He'll also mow off all my ditch lines, keeps the sumac down, keeps things from growing out into the fields. We do it every year. It's money well spent. Oh, and hey, like I said, I don't know how many videos ago when Barb looked at the analytics, 65% of you that are watching, you're not subscribed, Jay. So push that subscribe button. Nobody wants to be a J, right? So this is what it looks like here, this steep side hill hedgerow here between the two fields. When he gets done mowing, the soil and water guy does a really nice job. Let me unzoom here. Here's that tile outlet from tiling this field across from my shop this year. And as you can see, there ain't an ounce of water running out of it. Even though we've been getting some rain, some snow, but we are dry still. We're gonna need the rain or the snow during the winter to bring things back up, but this pays off doing this kind of stuff and having to mow all of my ditch lines to keep them clean.